Senator, before we get started, I am seeing reports on Twitter, I want to hear it straight from you, that Mitch McConnell called the senators into a room and said he does not have the votes to stop witnesses, he does not have the votes to end impeachment.
Well, I think those reports overstated a little bit.
Okay.
The votes are up in the air. It's not clear where the votes are, but it is absolutely true. We finished opening arguments today, finished it relatively early, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And afterwards, all the Republicans went back to a conference room to talk about, okay, what next? And the next 2 days are questions, but then on Friday is the vote. And it's the vote on whether to hear additional witnesses. And by the way, that word additional is important. The media, when they report it, keep describing it as the vote whether or not to hear witnesses.
Right.
But it's worth noting the House heard testimony from 17 witnesses. And they played that testimony for us. They relied on those documents. They laid it forward. So the question is any additional evidence or any additional witnesses necessary? That is a close question. I don't know where the votes are. All 47 Democrats are going to vote yes. So the question is, are there going to be 4 Republicans to join them? There could be. It is close, and so this was a meeting, and we have these periodically. Where leadership kind of brings the conference together and is trying to whip everyone and get everyone in line. I have to admit afterwards, Mike Lee and I were laughing because we've been to a bunch of those meetings. And usually it's leadership unloading on the conservatives. Mike and I are used to being the bad guys and being like, just they're pounding on us going, why are you guys like causing trouble? In this instance, it was actually leadership trying to, the folks that are threatening to vote with the Democrats are the more moderate Republicans. And so it was very much an effort designed to bring them along.
That must have felt nice to be the good guy in one of these conference meetings.
Yeah, nice, although a little terrifying. But look, I think there were a lot of good arguments that were made. The folks who are wobbly, the folks who haven't made up their mind where they're going to be, they were essentially quiet.
So these are the people that you call the rhinos, the squishes. Those are the mean terms.
Look, I'm not going to throw any epithets.
Right.
But listen, I think as a constitutional matter, as a legal matter, this is a very easy decision. The House managers haven't proven their case. They have the burden of proof. They have a burden of proof to prove the president committed high crimes or misdemeanors. And they haven't done that.
And in terms of the structure here, I mean, the reason that this meeting is crucial now is you had the House Democrats make their arguments for impeachment. They got their time to do that. Then the Trump team got its time to defend the president against impeachment. Now, over the next couple days, we're heading into question time. That is when the senators get to ask questions of the two legal teams.
Right.
So this is the moment now where everybody's got to sort of circle the wagons and get the strategy together.
Well, and in this huddle, I mean, a bunch of us stood up and had different things to say. So I stood up and I tried to present 3 arguments to the conference as to why we should say we've heard enough, we don't need additional witnesses. The first I said is, look, as we've seen from the New York Times with this John Bolton stuff, there's going to be a bombshell a day. This is the game they're going to play. There's going to be a bombshell tomorrow. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be something. And they're going to do it again the next day. And I relayed, look, this is what the game they played during the Kavanaugh hearings, where they held all the accusations till the end, and then they rolled out one after the other after the other. And I said, look, the media wants to browbeat Republicans into extending this. So that was my first point. My second point is, listen, the Democrats, they haven't proven their case. They're losing right now. So their game is just delay. They just want to delay this, keep it going as long as possible, and engage in a fishing expedition. So bring in another witness. Maybe they'll get something from a witness, but just extend it out. And in particular, Chuck Schumer has not been subtle about trying to put Senate Republicans in purple states who are up for re-election in a hard position where whatever they vote, it's interesting. Schumer actually doesn't care, I think, how the purple state Republicans vote. Because if they vote against the president on any witness question, that'll demoralize their base and make it easier to beat them. On the other hand, if they vote with the president on all the questions, then that'll let, in a purple state that may not be
solidly Republican,
that then gives an opening for and the Democrats who are running against them to attack them. And interestingly enough, a number of the folks there described how their Democratic opponents we're staying silent on impeachment. That it's clear Schumer sent out the word, just stay out of impeachment.